Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Coldesina, and I'm the Manager of Travel Industry Accounts with Sports Travel and Tours. Glad you could take a little time out of your evening or late afternoon to join us tonight. A couple of housekeeping items before we get underway. First, we will be answering questions this evening, and the way we will facilitate that, the little toolbar or module that popped up when you signed in should have a question module or a question tab. You can type in your questions at any point in time during the presentation. I will be answering questions at the end of the presentation. And then the second is your phones have automatically been muted, or if you're using the microphone and speakers from your laptop or desktop, any microphones have automatically been muted, so you don't have to worry about inadvertently interrupting the presentation with any background noise, so rest easily. But we'll go ahead and get underway. If I can get the slide to advance here. There we go. So tonight we're going to be talking about Sports Travel and Tours 101. It's really just kind of a primer for all the things that we do during the sports year. For those of you that don't know a lot about us, we're beginning actually getting ready to start our 21st year of operation. We've been in business. It will be our 20th anniversary on October 1st of 2016. So we've been doing this type of work for a number of years. We've been offering fan travel packages to games and events all over North America and select international events. We're best known for our baseball road trips, pro and college football gridiron getaways, Hall of Fame travel packages, and then many classic events such as the Kentucky Derby, U.S. Open, both golf and tennis, and the Masters. This year we're even offering a baseball road trip to Cuba coming up in November. Our experience, attention to detail, and customer service has enabled us to have a return guest rate that is constantly above 60%. We've also partnered with great organizations such as the National Baseball Hall of Fame, which allow us to offer many exclusive features to select tours. Baseball is probably our most popular sport, so we'll go ahead and start there. And the first product we're going to look at is our baseball road trips. These are hosted tours anywhere between 3 to 11 days in length. They travel the United States and Canada, seeing major league games and major league parks. We also have some trips that also combine major and minor league games. Along the way, we may visit museums, historical points of interest, local attractions, and wherever possible, we include guided tours of the ballparks we're visiting. We also allow some independent leisure time so you can explore a city on your own. Baseball fans keep choosing Sports Travel and Tours because of the quality that we put into our baseball road trips each year. Our trips offer the opportunity to visit amazing ballparks, see games in great seats. We stay in hotels that are centrally located, so you do have a little time to explore a city and its surroundings. Most of our trips are point to point, so we don't waste time doubling back, which means less time driving and more time seeing and doing. As I mentioned about the stadium tours, this year there are 13 different stadium tours that we have included in our different baseball road trips this year. We only are offering 2 road trips that don't offer any stadium tours. 9 of our trips offer 2 stadium tours or more. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but where at all possible, we do try to include them. There are some stadiums that will not run public tours on game days, and unfortunately, in most instances, we're not in town when the games aren't being played, and so we can't get to those stadiums on the off days. I'm not going to go through all of the 25 or so baseball trips that we have been offering this year, but I just wanted to include about 4 just so you could get a sense of what they are. This was our West Coast Classic, June 10th through June 18th. 6 different ballparks, 7 different games. We had 2 games in Seattle, a game in San Francisco, a game in Oakland, Los Angeles, Anaheim, and San Diego. And each year we'll have a similar trip. Depending on the schedule, we may start in San Diego and head north to Seattle. We also could often try to start in Phoenix, but as you can imagine, we're at the mercy of the Major League Baseball schedule, and sometimes the way the schedule works out, there's a city that, although it might make sense to try to include, every time we look at it when the schedule's right and the teams fall in line, there may be one team that isn't home and we can't include them. One of the things that we'll also do is we'll split this trip into 2 sections. So we'll sell one half that we may call the Northerner, which would take Seattle, San Francisco, and Oakland, and then the southern half of the trip may be the Southern California Express or something like that, and it's going to do LA, Anaheim, and San Diego. So it always gives you a number of options. Oops, and I think I just went past a few too many. Let's go back here. So our major, minor Pennsylvania. Each year we try to do at least 1 or 2 trips that will include major and minor league games. This year, the major, minor Pennsylvania trip was that. It was June 26th through July 3rd. Starting off in Pittsburgh, 6 parks, 6 games. After the PNC Park and the Pirates, there were games in Altoona, Harrisburg, Reading, and Allentown, and then ending in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. Each year, we have at least 2 trips, sometimes more, that include the Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend. Our Induction Plus trip this year was July 21st through July 26th, starting in New York City, including a Yankees game, Saturday and Sunday in Cooperstown for the Hall of Fame festivities, and then ending Monday in Boston with a game at Fenway. And then this trip is still, in fact, it's starting to, I guess, today, actually, and that's our East Coast Classic. This is 6 parks, 6 games, 11 different teams over 9 days, and this has a special feature called the Ump's Eye View, and this is where former Major League umpire Al Clark spends some time at the beginning of the trip, and then maybe for follows along for a day and a half, and does a couple of presentations, gives you a lot of interesting background about what it's like to be a Major League umpire, and he was a Major League umpire for 26 years. Spring training. So we don't have our packages set, but the details here are from 2016. Most of our guests stay 5 days and take in at least 2 to 3 games, but we can offer packages with as many number of games as nights as you're looking for. The Tampa-St. Petersburg area is probably our most popular Florida spring training destination, mainly because of the number of teams that train in close proximity. The Tigers, Yankees, Blue Jays, Phillies, Pirates, and Orioles all have training facilities that are no more than about 60 miles from the Tampa International Airport. Orlando is another great area because there's 4 different teams that are training within an hour's drive of Orlando. The package a sample package we were offering this year was 5 days, 4 nights, $8.99 per person based on double occupancy, and that included daily breakfast at the hotel, 3 game tickets, car rental with unlimited daily mileage, and the games are games you pick. So based on that 5-day, 4-night stay, they could be home games for a particular team, they could be away games for a particular team, or they could be games in 3 or 4 different locations. It's totally your choice, and you have that flexibility to decide. Nothing beats, though, Arizona if you're a spring training fan. 15 teams train in the greater Phoenix area. None of them are more than about 45 minutes from the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and no 2 teams are more than about an hour apart. So it gives you a tremendous amount of options when you're looking to plan your spring training break. Prices in Arizona, though, are a little bit more. Sample package from this year was 5 days, 4 nights, $13.25 for that same daily breakfast, 3 games, and a car rental. And as I mentioned before, if you want to expand that and do 6 days and 5 nights, or if you want to drop it down and do 3 days, 2 nights, and maybe 1 or 2 games, we have that flexibility to be able to customize. So next year, the All-Star Game will be in the relatively new Marlins Park in Miami. We'll be offering a 5-day and 3-day package. The 5-day package starts out Saturday night and then spends Sunday at All-Star Fan Fest. In the evening, there's the All-Star Futures Game, which pits the best young rising U.S. stars versus the best young international players, pulled from the AAA League. Then and they also have the All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game, which is composed of former baseball greats and then top-name celebrities, all on different teams playing against each other. Monday is the All-Star Workout and Home Run Derby, and then Tuesday is the All-Star Game itself. Package details should be available by mid-fall, probably just about the time the World Series is starting. For baseball purists, though, who just want to catch the All-Star Game, we do have a nice, or we will have a nice 3-day, 2-night package that will get you a hotel, tickets to the All-Star Game, and then a car rental with unlimited mileage, and admission to All-Star Fan Fest. Now, I mentioned earlier that we're offering a trip to Cuba. November 5th through 12th is our Cuba baseball experience. There's a common element that can bring Cuba to a fever pitch, and that's baseball. The sport originally landed in Cuba in the 1860s, along with citizens returning from travel abroad. And when they did, they also had American sailors that were coming into Cuban ports. Baseball took the island nation by storm and has firmly rooted itself in the Cuban culture. The first Cuban League was founded in 1878, and in 1899, professional players from the league formed the All Cubans, which was the first Latin American team to tour the United States. So our trip is 7 days, 6 nights. Actually it's 8 days, 7 nights. It includes round-trip air from Miami to Havana. The first night of the package is in Miami at the Pullman Miami Airport Hotel, and then the next 6 nights are in Havana at the Malia Havana. Also included are airport transfers from and to Miami International Airport, as well as once we arrive in Cuba at Jose Marti International Airport. Baggage handling is included for 1 checked and 1 carry-on bag. All breakfasts and lunches are included, as well as 3 dinners. Also included would be gratuity to porters, escorts, drivers, and guides for all of the activities in Cuba, as well as Cuban departure taxes. So you'll attend 3 different games while on the tour at 3 different stadiums, all in and around Havana. We have Estadio Latinoamericano, home of the Los Industriales, which is the most popular team in Cuba. There's also Estadio Nelson Fernandez, home of the Mayabeque Hurricanes, which is in San Jose, and then also Estadio Victoria de Girón, home of the Matazanas Crocodiles. We'll also visit many historical and cultural sites and have the opportunity to meet with Cuban baseball representatives to learn about all levels of the Cuban baseball system. Each year in late July, tens of thousands of people descend upon the tiny hamlet of Cooperstown. They want to see baseball's greatest players honored by the National Baseball Hall of Fame. This year, Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza were inducted into the Hall of Fame just a couple of weekends ago. We offered 5 different packages and 3 baseball road trips for this weekend. Potential inductees for 2017 are Ivan Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez, Vladimir Guerrero, Jeff Bagwell, Tim Raines, and Trevor Hoffman. Just looking quickly at some of the packages that we offered, our base package called the Base Hit was a 3-day, 2-night package that included daily breakfast, round-trip transportation on Saturday and Sunday to the events in Cooperstown. Friday it had a welcome dinner reception. All of our packages include these items, as well as the Baseball Hall of Fame membership and unlimited admission to the Hall of Fame. We do have reserved seating on all of our packages for the induction ceremony on Sunday, and then also we include the Hall of Fame awards presentation on Saturday afternoon, as well as the Parade of Legends. Also, all of our packages include a boxed lunch on induction day. Now, our extra innings package adds an extra day and night in Cooperstown, so this would be going back in on Monday. And same as the base hit, but it adds in the Legends of the Game Roundtable on Monday in Cooperstown. This is a 45 to 60-minute question and answer session hosted by a moderator. This year it was of course, now I can't remember his name, Peter Gammons from ESPN, and he asked a number of questions to both Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza, and even took a few questions from the audience, which was kind of nice. Then moving up to our infield package, this is identical to the base hit with just a couple of key differences. It has an upgraded hotel, and it includes seating within the VIP section. So you're going to be in the sections directly behind the dignitaries from the hall, Major League Baseball, friends and families of the inductees. It also adds in a guest baseball speaker after the dinner reception on Friday evening. This year it was former Major League umpire Al Clark. Then we have our home run package. All of the same inclusions as the extra innings package, but a couple of added features are the Artifact Spotlight. This is a small group meeting with one of the curators of the Baseball Hall of Fame Museum. They bring out a number of artifacts that may be part of the permanent collection, but not part of the permanent display collection. You are able to see these artifacts up close and personal, find out a lot of the background history about these articles. Also, this particular package came with a 34-inch commemorative bat, themed either after Ken Griffey Jr. or Mike Piazza. And then lastly, our Grand Slam package, all of the same inclusions as the home run package, but it added an additional dinner reception on the Saturday evening, and it offered an autographed baseball from your choice of inductee. And it was also a little bit closer into Cooperstown. It was in the town of Oneonta, which is just about 25-30 minutes away, whereas the other packages are all based in Albany, which is about an hour and 10 minutes from Cooperstown. If you've never been to that part of New York, Cooperstown is a very small town, and there really is not a lot of hotel space in the immediate Cooperstown area that isn't already reserved by Major League Baseball for the weekend. One of the things that's very unique to our company is our passport to baseball. About 14 years ago, based on consumer feedback, we found that many of our travelers had a desire to see all 30 Major League ballparks at some point in their lifetime. So we put together our Stadium Hall of Fame. The first time you travel with us, either on one of our hosted baseball trips or a custom baseball trip, we send out our passport to baseball. It has a page for each Major League stadium. Every time you go to a new stadium on one of our trips, we give you a sticker for your passport that shows the date of the game and who was playing. And when you've been to all 30 Major League stadiums, we invite you to Cooperstown, Hall of Fame weekend in July, and we hold an induction ceremony in the Hall of Fame. The picture that you see here was our last induction class, 2013. 39 new individuals were inducted into the Hall of Fame. Our next class will be next year, and I believe we're shaping up so far to have about 25, although there's a number of people who will probably be taking trips next year that will put them at the 30 stadium threshold, and they'll be joining us as well. So let's move into pro football now. This year we're offering packages for a number of teams, 3-day, 2-night packages. Packages all include hotel, game tickets, and a trip souvenir. Select packages add in airport transfers, event transfers, catered pregame tailgate party, stadium tour, daily breakfast, and a lot of other features. So we're offering 2 different Dallas home game packages, Gold and Platinum. Packages offer 2-night hotel accommodations, game tickets, VIP stadium tour, game day and stadium tour transfers, and our ultimate tailgate party. The ultimate tailgate party features all-you-can-eat Texas-style barbecue, unlimited beer, sodas, and wine, and water, live entertainment, as well as an autograph session by a photo and autograph session with a former Cowboys legend. When you're ready to go to the game, AT&T Stadium is just across the street from the tailgate location, so you can enter the stadium at any time at your leisure. So our gold package, $695 per person based on double occupancy, includes 400 level end zone seating. Our platinum package is identical except for the game ticket. 200 level corner game tickets are included in our platinum package. Additional nights, both pre and post, are available to be added onto these packages. And if you need other things such as a car rental or other events that you want to try to take in, absolutely we can add those in. Just ask us. Seattle, we're offering all the Seattle home games. Our Seattle package is $740 per person based on double occupancy. 3 days, 2 nights at the Crowne Plaza Hotel in Seattle, lower level sideline seating, and a stadium tour of CenturyLink Field. Airport transfers, round trip airport transfers can be added in for $29 per person. Our Green Bay package is always popular. We have $895 per person based on double occupancy, 2 nights at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, which is convenient to the airport. Of course, airport transfers, event transfers are included, end zone seating, meet and greet tailgate party with a former Packer legend, stadium tour, and Packers Hall of Fame. Now, one thing I will mention, in most all cases, you can do different types of seating upgrades. So if you have a particular, part of the, sight line that you're looking for in the stadium, you want to be as close to midfield as possible, you want to be at the 10, the 20, just let us know, and we can usually price out a couple of options for upgraded tickets. Okay, Minnesota Vikings. We're offering actually 7 of the 8 Vikings home games, and our package is $810 per person based on double occupancy. Now, if you've been following the NFL, Minnesota Vikings are getting a brand new domed stadium this season, US Bank Stadium. They've been playing the last couple of years at TCF Stadium, which is the home of the Minnesota Gophers. This package includes lower level sideline seating, stadium tour of US Bank Stadium, a 2-day light rail pass, daily breakfast. One of the nice things about Minneapolis is they have a skyway system. This is a covered walkway that goes between buildings and through buildings that will allow you to walk from the hotel to the stadium, or at least almost directly to the stadium in climate-controlled comfort, whether it's raining or snowing or sub-zero temperatures. Round-trip airport transfers can be added on this package for $35 per person. So for the Chicago home games, we're offering 3 different packages. Each one has similar, each one has the same amenities and kind of builds on top of each other in terms of extra features that you'll find. Our silver package is $720 per person based on double occupancy, upper level sideline seating, 2 nights at the Hilton Chicago, entrance to the Chicago Sports Museum. The hotel is less than a mile from the stadium, and it's a convenient walk to the stadium. Our gold package adds in, an extra night hotel, so it's a 3-night package. And then our platinum package adds in a VIP tailgate party with all-you-can-eat food and drink 3.5 hours prior to the game. This is a first for us. We're offering Buffalo home games this year. $685 per person based on double occupancy, 2 nights at the Hilton Garden Inn Buffalo downtown, lower level sideline seating, round trip game day transfers, airport transfers, you name it. And if you want to pick up a rental car and then spend a day or 2 visiting Niagara Falls, it's less than an hour's drive from New York or from Buffalo. Arizona Cardinals, we're offering all of their home games. The gold package is 3 days, 2 nights at the Tempe Mission Palms in Tempe. Upper level seating, stadium tour, 2-day car rental is included at $655 per person based on double occupancy. And notice just one typo here. So the platinum package is not $655 per person double occupancy, but the platinum package adds in the VIP tailgate party. It is a little bit more, but I do apologize, that price is incorrect. But all of the prices and details are listed on our website. San Francisco home games. So all of the packages include hotel, game tickets, pregame tailgate party, and round-trip airport and event transfers. Our silver package includes upper-level sideline seating, catered pregame tailgate party, and it is at the Hotel Whitcomb in San Francisco, right in the heart of everything, $785 per person based on double occupancy. Our gold package at $895 per person has those same inclusions, but it is at the Hotel de Anza in San Jose, which is a little bit closer to the stadium in Santa Clara. And then our platinum package, also at the same hotel, but it adds in round-trip airport transfers from San Jose, whereas the other 2 packages offers it from San Francisco, and then also is lower-level sideline seating on the platinum package instead of the upper-level sideline on the silver and gold packages. This year, we're also offering both New York Jets and New York Giants home games. So the Jets packages are $675 per person based on double occupancy. Sorry, having a little headphone problem here. Upper level corner seating, catered pregame tailgate party, MetLife Stadium tour, and then round-trip airport and game day transfers. And our Giants packages are $805 per person based on double occupancy, and they are the same inclusions. Pricing difference is mainly because of the ticketing. You're getting more for a Giants ticket than you are for a Jets ticket, even though it's the exact same stadium. So the NFL has been offering games in London now for the last several years. Last year was the first year that they offered 3 different games, and we've been offering packages for about the last 4 or 5. This year we have the Colts and Jaguars, the Giants and Rams, and Redskins and Bengals, and we still have plenty of availability for all the packages, although the Redskins-Bengals package is going to sell out pretty soon. That seems to be getting the most play right now. 5 days, 4 nights at the Hotel Novotel London Wembley. All of the packages are identical except for the Giants-Ram package. You can see the little green asterisks. It's being played at Twickenham Stadium instead of London Wembley Stadium. So we're doing shuttle buses from the hotel, which is within walking distance of Wembley Stadium, but about 10-15 minutes away from Twickenham Stadium. Daily hot breakfast, meet and greet airport transfers, 2-day hop-on, hop-off sightseeing pass for London, catered pregame tailgate party, fan party, so there'll be a number of former players there as well. Lower level sideline seating, you've got the option to add in pre or post hotel night, so if you want to spend a few extra days in London. And then we also have a nice day trip option to Paris. That includes round trip train fare on the Eurostar from London to Paris, and then it also includes the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour of Paris. If for some reason you can't find the matchup that you're looking for, we can always create a custom package with your choice of hotel, game tickets, and any other amenities or attractions that you might want. A non-refundable deposit of $50 is required for any custom itinerary for groups of less than 6. That price, or that money paid, does go towards the purchase price of the trip. Okay, so we just got through with the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement this last weekend. You can always experience the excitement of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Festival in Canton, Ohio. Your best opportunity to get close to the legends of yesterday and the stars of today is by doing it in one of these packages. So this year's class was Tony Dungy, Brett Favre, Kevin Green, Marvin Harrison, Orlando Pace, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Ken Stabler, and Dick Stanfill. Potential members of the 2017 class include Brian Dawkins, Chad Johnson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Donovan McNabb, Hines Ward, and Jason Taylor. A couple of the highlights of the weekend. About 2 years ago, they added in a concert for legends. The first year it was Aerosmith. This year it was Tim McGraw. Not sure who it'll be for next year. That's on the Thursday night, or excuse me, that's on the Friday night. The Thursday night is the Gold Jacket Ceremony, and we have packages that include both actual viewing of the Gold Jacket Ceremony from the Canton Civic Center, or packages that include closed circuit viewing of the Gold Jacket Ceremony from within the Hall of Fame, with a dinner reception at the Hall of Fame included as well. Also, there is the enshrinement ceremony, which is on this Saturday evening. There's the NFL Hall of Fame game on Sunday evening. Each Saturday and Sunday event has a tailgate type event prior to it, which is all you can eat barbecue style food and drink, including beer, wine, and soda. So that would be both before the game and before the enshrinement. There's the Enshrinees Game Day Roundtable Luncheon, which takes place Sunday afternoon. This is actually one of my favorite events at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So the whole class of, for example, 2016 would be present. It's a hosted question and answer session. And the thing that's nice about it is the night before, when they're giving their acceptance speeches, you know, a lot of them surprisingly are nervous, and they've got a pre-planned speech. Some of them stay pretty much right to what their script is. Others don't use notes whatsoever. I think Brett Favre pretty much looked like he was winging it completely and doing a pretty good job. But on the Sunday roundtable luncheon, all of the pressure is off them. They've done their acceptance speech, and they really just have a great camaraderie between them. And you hear a lot of stories that really help gain insight into their lives, how they got to the NFL, and what it was like with their playing and or coaching careers. So college football, if you want any type of college football package, same thing as the custom trips for the pro football. Non-refundable $50 is required for groups of less than 6, and we can put together any type of package with any type of game ticket, hotel, and other added features. Classic events. So I mentioned about the Kentucky Derby, the U.S. Open. We'll start with the Rose Bowl. Now, our 3, 4, and 5-day Rose Bowl packages, I believe, have now just all sold out. I know that the 3 and 4-day are gone. It's possible that we still have a few spaces left for the 5-day. Great opportunity, to book in advance or start thinking about the 2018 Rose Bowl. All of the packages include upper-level end zone tickets to the Rose Bowl. They include reserved seating for the Tournament of Roses parade, and then daily breakfast and a box lunch on parade game day. And then as you go up from the 3-day to the 4-day, you start adding in things like the pre-parade float barn tours. This is where you can see them putting the finishing touches on the parade floats the day before the parade. We start adding in also a city tour of Los Angeles, half a day at the Getty Center, Band Fest, which features a number of the marching bands that participated in the Tournament of Roses parade, Warner Brothers Studio, and much more. So each of the packages build upon each other. So whatever's in the 3-day will also be in the 4-day. Whatever's in the 4-day is also going to be in the 5-day, and so forth. If you're not interested in the game itself or would rather watch it from a hotel room or a sports bar, we do have packages that just take in the Tournament of Roses parade. They're set up the same way so that they build on each other. What's in the 4-day is going to be in the 5, and what's in the 5-day is going to be in the 6-day, plus additional features. Round-trip hotel and airport and event transfers are, of course, included in all of these packages. Kentucky Derby for 2017, we have 2 packages that we're offering. We have one package that is 4 days, 3 nights at the Hilton Garden Inn in Louisville. It includes distillery and horse farm tours on Friday, a hosted lunch. It includes a Friday night cocktail and hors d'oeuvre reception at the hotel Friday evening. Saturday morning before heading off to Churchill Downs, Bloody Marys and mimosas, round-trip event transfers, breakfast Friday and Saturday, and then reserved seating in the first floor grandstands with third floor grandstands and other seating upgrades available at an additional charge. We also have another 4-day, 3-night package that's more for the true race enthusiast. It's at the Hyatt Regency in Louisville, and it has both Friday and Saturday at Churchill Downs. The Friday races being the Kentucky Oaks, and they both the Oaks and then the Derby are first floor grandstand seating with upgrades available to the different seating locations at an additional fee. And then lastly, we still have a few packages left for this year's U.S. Open. It's a 5-day, 4-night package that includes reserved tickets to the men's semifinals and then the women's and men's finals. Round-trip airport transfers from JFK or LaGuardia, a 5-day MTA transit pass that'll get you all over the 5 boroughs with unlimited travel during your stay, and of course a trip souvenir. And if you're interested in adding in some additional rounds to this package, that can always be done. We can certainly extend it an additional day or 2. Now, this is not all of the packages that we offer, but it's a good kind of cross-section of what we have. There are certainly other things that we do, and also we can customize pretty much anything that you might be interested in. So I would like to thank you for taking a little time out of your evening to join us. Now I'm going to open up the field to questions. So let me just pull up the question module here and see what questions have come in. First question is, when will next year's baseball road trips be available? So we usually get a finalized schedule from Major League Baseball in mid to late October, and usually by around Thanksgiving to the 1st of December, we'll get our first high-level itineraries out for all of our baseball road trips. It'll probably have dates, cities, game matchups, but may not have all of the extra features such as different sites and attractions that we would be seeing. The full itineraries will usually be available by the beginning to mid-January. Okay, now next question is regarding the Baseball Hall of Fame. Actually, it says Baseball and Pro Football Hall of Fame. When can they start reserving packages for future years? So we're actively taking deposits for really up to 2012 2020 or 2021 for both the Baseball Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a $200 per person deposit. It is fully refundable at any point in time, and it can be contingent on a particular player or coach being inducted or enshrined. For example, I'll give you the example of Derek Jeter. So in 2000, I believe it was the preseason or the spring training of 2014, Derek Jeter announced his retirement. Later on that same day, we had our first person call and wanted to put a $200 deposit down on a package. So we make it contingent on Jeter. Jeter's probably not a good example because he's generally considered to be a first ballot lock, but someone that maybe isn't so much of a lock, you know, when they make the announcement beginning of January, if that person is not going to be inducted that year, then you would have the option of getting a full refund on your deposit, or you can always roll it over to the next year. So completely refundable at any point in time. If that person is inducted, then we give you a few days, maybe a week to look at all the different packages we're offering, decide on the package, and then at that point you would just need to pay the difference between the 50% deposit price and the $200 deposit price. The final balance wouldn't be due until 90 days prior to departure. Let's see, next question is regarding playoffs. So we can do playoff packages. We can't really put them out very far in advance just because we don't know where what the matchups are going to be or where the games will be taking place, but we can definitely put together packages for all of the playoffs, whether it's football, baseball, basketball. Let's see, next question is about the baseball road trips and seating locations. We generally try to do the best available thing that we can do based on the size of the group. I would say about half the time that ends up being in the lower level, you know, right at or within the infield cutout. In some locations like Wrigley Field, Fenway Park, where the parks are smaller, demand is high, we may be a little bit more into the outfield along either the first base or third base line. Okay, so next question, do you have any away packages available? So technically we do have away packages. I mean, we bill them that we're doing packages for home games for a number of different teams. So depending on where your team is playing, we may have an away game package set up already for them. But we can also customize, as I mentioned. So if you've got whether it's a group of 3 or 4 or a group of 8 or 10, we can always customize something if it's not readily available as a preformed package. Let's see. So, next question is other halls of fame. So really right now we're only doing packages for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Baseball Hall of Fame, and we will be doing packages next year for the Basketball Hall of Fame. Right now, those are the only Halls of Fame travel packages that we've been offering. And let's see, I don't see any other questions. I'd like to thank you though for taking time out of your evening to join me. I'm going to leave my contact information up for a little bit. If you want to reach out to me offline with any other questions, please feel free to do so. The one thing I just realized that is not on the screen is my extension. So you can either dial the 800 number or the 413 number. Once the phone picks up and you hear the recording, just hit extension 318. That will bring you directly to me. So once again, thank you very much, and we will be sending out an email probably in the next 24 to 48 hours with a link to the recorded version of this broadcast in case you want to see it again at leisure. But thank you very much and have a great evening.